everyone, it's Linda Canase with iCrafter, and today I'm here to share with you the Pegboard Shelfie die. It is brand new from iCrafter. There's 16 pieces in here, and of course the first thing you notice is this large piece right here, and the idea of this die is that it is like a pegboard shelf. There are shelf pieces here, but it's very much like how people would decorate with plants. So it's definitely a plant parent kind of card that you'd send to someone. The shelves are designed to match up with the holes. Let me show you on this one. You can see it a little bit better. And this is the first sample. You can see how the base of the shelves have these little dots that line up with the peg holes. There are lots of plants, different types of leaves. There are some letters in there. There's different pots that you can make. There is this fun little lamp, and then a wall hanging. Now you could also put in a little picture in here. You could put in your own writing if you wanted. You could put a lot more plants if you want. And this is the vertical version. You can also do it horizontally, so that's what I'm going to show today, is how to do it horizontally. These are a whole bunch of pieces I've already cut out, so I'm going to come in a little bit closer. And the other thing too is this is going to be in a horizontal, but a horizontally opening card. So what you would do is glue down. I'm going to adhere it at the end there, but it's going to go on the front of the card. So what I'm going to do first is take the longest shelf, and there's four sizes of shelves. And again, like I said, they're lined up to match with the holes. So let me just go ahead and add some adhesive to this. I'm just using liquid adhesive, and I'm going to align it along the bottom. And like I said, you could see how the shelves look like they have pegs on the bottom to line up with the pegboard. Because they are such tiny pieces, I'm going to use my grip tweezers, and I'm going to leave the lamp for last. I'm going to try to do the plants first because I want to make sure they have enough space. And I chose a lot of these plants. They are different heights. So I'm going to move these off. And I want to talk a little bit about die cutting the plants themselves. What I did, before I go on any further with this, I do need to explain what I did with the plants. If you look at, I have some extra pieces over here. These are ones that I'm not going to use, or I may use parts of them, but you could see on this plant, see how shiny it is? I want to explain how I did that. And it's really, really simple. You're going to be amazed how simple it really is. I used clear packing tape. And I took a piece and I laid it on top of regular cardstock so you could see how shiny that is. And I just die cut from there. Now, it makes it a little more difficult to die cut because it has a sticky kind of feel to it, and there is additional depth, or it's thicker. So you may have to run it through your die cutting machine several times, but it creates this beautiful glossy finish that is very, very inexpensive. The other thing too is I also cut these shapes on the front and from the back, so they go in different directions, and I can show you this. So this is shiny on that side. Okay, here's one. Now you see this is shiny on the opposite side. I'm trying to get that. So I basically cut it from the back of the cardstock, so it goes in opposite direction. It has that fun, unique plant look, so it's different. So they don't all look the same. And you could do, of course, as many of these as you want, but I just want to say there is something really fun about doing the plants with some shine to them. And you can see I did several different colors of cardstock. And it's so inexpensive. It's kind of fun to do it this way. And you could do it on a whole bunch of different projects, but I just love the idea of how shiny it looked on these leaves. So I'm going to carefully remove some of these so that I could keep working. I laid it out here because I wanted to, there are so many tiny pieces and I wanted to make sure everything fit. So this one is going to go, now I could take it up one more maybe. No, I got to keep it down lower. So you just kind of want to keep track of where all your shelves are going, what you're going to put on the shelves. Just to let you know, it's a little bit easier if you go vertical because the plants can be taller and the shelves can be further apart. I just wanted to show it on a horizontal level so that you can see you can do it this way, but it is a little more, it's a little trickier, but it is doable. So I'm going to go maybe all the way to the left on this one, or sorry, the other left to the right. So I want to do that one, and I'll get to the letters in a minute. Again, I am just laying this out here. You could stagger them if you want. I'm leaving enough space here for more plants. I don't want the top one to go too high because I have, I don't want the plants to go above the fold of the card because it becomes really hard to close the card. But again, I need the space on this version, and I'm going to put the hanging design here, which this, again, you can do a lot of different designs to this. Oh, and let me explain, on this backdrop, on the pegboard part, I used wood, what looks like wood printed cardstock. It's rather old. It was from my mind's eye. I don't know if they still make it, but it was something that worked perfectly for it. Now when you put this piece on, because it could go vertically or horizontally, I designed it so that it goes horizontally. And so what it ends up looking like is a piece of fabric or canvas hanging between two wood strips. I'm going to do it right here. And I'm going to wait because I want to do the plants first. It does take a little time because it is, you're basically redecorating, which is kind of the fun idea. So I'm going to do a taller planter there. So you could see these leaves, if I could turn it slightly, they do have a little veining in the die that created an interesting texture. want to point out are these letters. Now you could write like you and me, but it also comes, well, there's the ampersand, but it also comes with the letters H, L, but it allows you to do words like hello when you mix it together, or love. You can do something like hello, my love, or love you. So there are different words you can say. So in this case, I am doing the spelling out the word hello because it is a more of a friendship card. Same wood material, I cut some pots. I'll put it over here to look more like wood. So I'm thinking I'll put this here just for some variety. So I need one more of these green, and I do have extra pieces that I cut. So I'm going to do that. I will start from the back. I want the stem to start fairly low. Now, another thing to remember are on your real shelves, things would overlap. So you want to definitely design your Shelfie to overlap things. Put this a little bit higher. And we're not going to put anything on this shelf because we have that wall hanging there. So I can overlap it a little bit like that. Cover the stems. Now you can see how that looks. You could do different colored pots if you want. I think I could hang that now. And I say hang because it is so much fun to decorate this. Okay. So hanging that, I think I could put the lamp now because I know where I want it to go, how much space. Now I'm going to, let's do this one next. Okay, I'm going to put this planter, again a low planter. You can do these as colorfully or as subtle, depending on what you like. I chose to do two of this particular hanging plant because I just love the look of it. So I'm just going to hang this down, fill up that space, the gap that was there. Now there's enough space for me to do the letters, and because this is more of a friendship card, I'm just doing the word hello. you have other little stamps that you want to put in the middle of the banner here, you could do that. The little plants could be used on other projects as well. Now I'm going to do these monstera leaves. I still have this planter. I don't know where I wanted to put that. Trying to see if there's anything else I missed in my little jar of goodies. I have a lot of these going in this direction. Oh, okay. This one goes in the opposite direction. So I can do it like that. Put this in front of it. So I don't know if you could see that the shiny parts are on the front. I think I'm just going to do those three. Or do I want to do a white pot? I haven't done, again, just it gives you just something fun to do. I think I'll do the white one. It just adds a balance to it. Now I can go ahead and do that in the correct direction that I want. And like I said, I'm designing as I go, which is actually the best part about this die set, is that it is something that you design as you go. Okay, now I'm going in the right direction on this one. And to make sure everyone knows it, although you can do it this horizontally, it does go easier as a vertical, just because you have more space to do taller plants, but it's just as cute horizontally. And I did want to show it how I solved the problem from my viewpoint as I'm designing. Let's see, I'll do it a little more downward. Let's see. I could, oh, I know. Hold on. I have a really short planter. Okay. Now I could do it right there. What I can do is trim these pieces down so that they sit up here. Because I could just have little bits of greenery here. Or do I want... Again, just designing as I go. I think they need to go here. But, like I said, I'm going to trim them down. So they're little plants, right? Okay. So don't be afraid if they're taller plants to trim them so they're nice and short. And you can, I'm going to do the third one in here as well. Okay, just trimming this piece down. Okay. Yeah, I think I like how that's going. Set those aside. And as you can see, where I originally laid it out, this is a totally, or a slightly different look, I should say, because I hadn't planned on where that these pieces would be going up here. But you want to mainly balance your design. So I'm going to do that like that. And last one, I'm thinking this is going to be almost like a little succulent plant. Okay. And let me just do this last one. Right? Doesn't that look like a little succulent little cacti? Kind of fun. So the only thing I have left to do is actually glue this pegboard down onto the front of the card. And that is fairly easy. Although, granted, it does have all these holes in it, so you can't just do a simple sheet of adhesive on there. I'm going to do my liquid adhesive. Now, if you're starting from scratch and designing it whichever way you want, you could adhere the pegboard down first and then add all the plants. I had all those things laying on top of it, so I needed to do it this way. The pegboard is designed to cut just slightly inside of an A2 card. So, and if you add, let me show you this piece, if you don't glue them all down completely, they do add a little dimension there. You can see that sticking up. You can see the shininess of all the plant leaves, which I just want to say makes it look like you're a really good plant parent and you have healthy plants there. I'll show you the two. They look, you can see how different they look from a vertical and a horizontal layout. You can move things about however you want. You could change the words to more of a Valentine kind of idea, like love, or you could turn it into a friendly card. Let me just press these down. So it's just kind of a fun way. You can change up the colors. You can ink this paper in back so it looks like a more rustic board. You can change the color of your card so that it stands out. These holes stand out a lot more. But I think the most important and the best part is adding that packing tape, clear packing tape, onto cardstock and die cutting it. Again, it's a little more work because it doesn't cut cleanly the first time. You may need to run it back and forth through your die cutting machine, but that is, I just love how that turns out. So this is the Pegboard Shelfie die from iCrafter. Fun projects you can make using it. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure and like, subscribe, follow us on YouTube, or go visit us on icrafter.com to see more of fun makes with this die and all of our other products. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.